Why are diamonds so expensive? Humans have valued precious metals and stones for all of recorded history, but most of these materials have no intrinsic value beyond their beauty and scarcity. Gold and silver don't help you to eat or find shelter, so why did ancient civilizations value them so highly? Diamonds are an extreme example of this paradigm. They are incredibly valuable in every culture on Earth. And yet, a diamond is more than a decorative stone. So what causes this fixation with diamonds? Today we're answering the question, why are diamonds so expensive? First, let's explore the physical composition of a diamond. A diamond is the most concentrated form of pure carbon in the natural world and is the strongest mineral on Earth, far exceeding other carbon materials such as graphite and fullerite. The secret to a diamond's superior strength is found on the molecular level. Carbon atoms possess 4 valence electrons available for bonding. In layman's terms, the source of a diamond's strength lies in its atomic composition. So clearly diamonds are a rarity on this quality alone. But to understand what makes a diamond so rare, we need to explore how they're formed and which geological processes create each of these extraordinary stones. Diamonds are created 100 miles deep in the earth, in a layer separating our hospitable exterior from the molten core, known as the mantle. In the mantle, temperatures boil above 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit, and pressure exceeds 725,000 pounds per square inch. The organic process of a diamond formation requires 4 key ingredients: carbon, pressure, heat, and time. When it comes to heat and pressure, the specific conditions are at least 752 degrees Fahrenheit and 434,113 pounds per square inch. Prime diamond real estate is located about 100 miles underground in the Earth's mantle. Their diamonds have formed over billions of years from heated and pressurized carbon. The extreme heat and pressure combined actually modify graphite, a crystalline carbon on an atomic level. This reconstructions graphite's molecular composition from a hexagonal shape pattern into a triangle shape, resulting in a diamond. Luckily for us, nature also has a method of transporting these valuable minerals from deep within the earth to the surface. Volcanic pipes. Deep source volcanoes start 3 times as deep as typical volcanoes. The high levels of magnesium and carbon dioxide force the magma to the surface, resulting in a violent eruption. Diamonds are typically elevated through kimberlite pipes, which form a bowl-shaped pockmark in the earth after eruption. When mining these kimberlite sites, precious and semi-precious gemstones such as garnet and peridot are also found among diamonds. Diamonds are not only formed under the heat and pressure of the Earth's gravity, but can also form in the midst of a collision between the Earth and an asteroid. Russia claims to have a deposit of diamonds resulting from a collision 35 million years ago. Diamonds created during a cosmic collision are not likely to be of gemstone quality. However, they maintain their strength and are likely used for cutting or other industrial purposes, like the glass that results when lightning strikes sand. The diamond from the asteroid impacts are far from meeting the standard cut, color, and clarity of your typical engagement ring. As if truly from the gods above, meteorites have also been known to deliver diamonds, since carbon is the 4th most abundant element in the universe. It should come as to no surprise that diamonds are not exclusive to Earth. When scientists tracked their first meteorite impact, they were not surprised to find diamonds, but they were shocked by the size of the diamonds. These scientists proposed that diamonds of this size can only form within a planet, which means these diamonds are from a planet that was destroyed early in our solar system's history. On top of this, diamonds are truly ancient. They've been forming as long as the Earth has existed, and thus the oldest are more than 3.3 billion years old. The youngest are closer to that of a billion years old. And after learning nature's process for creating diamonds, the creation of artificial diamonds may have less sparkle, so to speak. The first definitive man-made diamond was created in a General Electric motor laboratory in 1954. This first artificial diamond was created through the process of high pressure, high temperature, which replicates nature by superheating and applying forces to diamond seeds. Synthetic diamonds are more commonly made using chemical vapor deposits, which can take 24 days, starting with diamond seeds, which are superheated in plasma and resulting in a cube-shaped diamond. So while this process has made diamonds much more common, it hasn't assuaged public interest in naturally occurring precious stones. And so, of course, the first humans to find an interest in diamonds had no idea how they were formed. So the question remains, why were they valued so high without this knowledge? To answer this, we must look at the history of the diamond trade. The earliest diamonds were found in India in the 4th century BC, although the youngest of these deposits were formed 900 million years ago. A majority of these early stones were transported along the network of trade routes that connected through India and China. commonly known as the Silk Road. At the time of their discovery, diamonds were valued because of their strength and brilliance, and for their ability to reflect light and engrave metal. Diamonds were worn as adornments, used as cutting tools, served as a talisman to ward off evil, and were even believed to provide protection in battle. In the Dark Ages, diamonds were also used as a medicinal aid, and were thought to cure illnesses and heal wounds when ingested. Until the 18th century, India was thought to be the only source of diamonds. When the Indian diamond mines were depleted, the quest for an alternative source began. Although a small deposit was found in Brazil in 1725, the supply was not enough to meet world demands. From here, the world's largest naturally occurring source of diamonds was discovered in South Africa. As of 2019, diamonds were actively mined in 25 different countries, but that doesn't really make them any more plentiful compared to the population growth. In addition, their value comes from cultural institution. The use of rings as a symbol of commitment dates back to ancient history, specifically to the wedding rings of the Romans. These early rings are often formed from twisted copper or braided hair, and were often worn on the third finger of the left hand. The placement of the ring was significant, as Romans believed that a vein in the third finger ran directly to the heart. For Romans, betrothal rings were given as a sign of affection or friendship, and did not always represent the rite of marriage. The history of the engagement ring began in 1215, when Pope Innocent III was one of the most powerful popes of the Middle Ages, declared a waiting period between a betrothal and the marriage ceremony. The rings were used to signify the couple's commitment in the interim. It was around the same time that rings were introduced as a major component of the wedding ceremony. It was mandated by the Roman government that all marriage ceremonies be held in a church. In addition to serving as symbols of an intention to marry, these early rings also represented social rank. Only the elite were permitted to wear ornate rings or rings with jewels. The first recorded presentation of a diamond engagement ring was in 1477, when Archduke Maximilian of Austria proposed marriage to Mary of Burgundy. Although engagement rings were common at this time, diamonds were a rarity and were reserved for royalty and the upper elite class. And because of their long-standing historical status, diamonds have also taken on a strong sentimental value. The emotional value cannot be underestimated, as it has been shown in many cases to be priceless, and this has to do with their exceptional natural beauty. And because they're often the result of a family heirloom or inheritance, diamonds have entered into the collective physique to become synonymous with romance. So they're extremely rare, and there's a strong culture surrounding the value of diamonds. But what makes an expensive diamond worth the price? Obviously, not all diamonds are created equal, and in fact, every diamond is unique. Diamonds come in many shapes, sizes, colors, and with various internal characteristics. All polished diamonds are valuable. The value is based on a combination of factors. Rarity is one of those factors. Diamonds with certain qualities are more rare and more valuable than diamonds that lack them. Jewelry professionals use a semantic way to evaluate and discuss these factors. So diamond professionals use a grading system developed by GIA in the 1950s, which established the use of 4 important factors to describe and classify diamonds: clarity, color, cut, and carat weight. Color is pretty self-explanatory. Subtle differences in color can dramatically affect a diamond's value. 2 diamonds of the same clarity, weight, and cut can differ in value based on color alone. Even in the slightest hint of color can make a dramatic difference in value. Certain colors are more rare, and thus they're worth more money. Next is clarity. Diamonds have internal features called inclusions, and surface irregularities called blemishes. Together, they're called characteristics. Clarity is the relative absence of inclusions and blemishes. For the most part, jewelers are looking for a diamond which is completely free of blemishes, but in some cases, they can be helpful. For instance, when a jeweler is separating naturally occurring diamonds from a lab diamond, inclusions are a key factor. Like the rest of the 4 C's, clarity's influence on value is directly related to the concept of rarity. Flawless is the top grade of the GIA clarity grading system. Diamonds graded flawless don't have visible inclusions or blemishes when examined under a 10 power magnification of a skilled and experienced grader. Then comes the human factor, cut. A beautifully finished diamond is dazzling, with every facet displaying the craftsman's skill and care. When a diamond interacts with light, every angle and every facet affects the amount of light returning to the eye. A master craftsman has the ability to augment the value of an ordinary diamond, and an inexperienced jeweler can squander a perfect specimen if they aren't careful. Carat is a measure of a diamond's weight, and a rudimentary reflection of its size, because a carat is a record of a diamond's weight, not its size. 2 diamonds of slightly different sizes may have the same carat weight. Diamond weights are stated in metric carats. A small paperclip weighs about a carat. The metric carat is divided into 100 points. 1 point is 100th of a carat. Fractions of a carat can mean different prices of hundreds, even thousands of dollars. depending on the diamond quality. And it turns out there's another significant factor which affects the price of diamonds: human intervention. After the discovery of the Kimberley deposit in South Africa, the scarcity of diamonds have been much less pronounced. But De Beers Company has operated that mine very cleverly. Rather than flooding the market with diamonds to lower the price, they hoard the stock and release them into the market in bursts to maintain the illusion of rarity. Of course, diamonds are truly rare compared to most semi-precious metals, but there are far more diamonds than most industry professionals will admit. In 1947, De Beers launched its own classic slogan, "A diamond is forever." This campaign spurred even more sales, implying the durability of a diamond conveyed the meaning in the American psyche that marriage is forever. A diamond's purity and sparkle have now become a symbol of the depth of a man's commitment to the woman he loves in practically all corners of the world. The opening of the De Beers mines in Africa made diamonds more accessible. In the 1930s, when demand for diamond rings declined in the United States during hard economic times, the De Beers Company began an aggressive marketing campaign, using photographs of glamorous movie stars swathed in diamonds. And so within 3 years, the sale of diamonds had increased by 50%. So as you can see, diamonds are expensive for a wide variety of reasons. They're truly stunning and a unique result of hyper-specific geological conditions. They have a well-documented historical value, and their supply is carefully controlled to guarantee their scarcity. While many young people are forgoing expensive jewelry, it seems like diamonds are truly here to stay.